All right, everybody, how's it going? It is Friday, March 18th, 2022, and of course, we have some big news from around the NFL. I'm a little late to the party. I was a little busy when the news was breaking and everyone was freaking out about Deshaun Watson finally being traded. We all knew inevitably the trade was coming, that at some point he was going to be dealt away from the Texans. We knew he wasn't going to be like on the roster or playing there. And it seemed like it was coming down to either the Falcons or the Saints based on everything we heard yesterday, which was the Browns were out. They weren't going to utilize him anymore. The Browns were out of the running. Deshaun had decided not to go there. And then we seen the drama with Baker Mayfield and all that. We were like, oh no, this is going to develop into like a big bad snowball. This is going to get real ugly. But today happens and it's one of the slowest days of the week. It's literally been like nothing's really happened. Maybe some small key signings, maybe like some small moves, just kind of finalizing things. I guess the biggest news before this was Ogunjobi failed his physical, so he's still kind of a free agent. But as the days progressed and 4 o'clock struck, we got this news. It was just kind of during we were watching the Tigers game. It was about an hour ago. Deshaun Watson plans to waive his no-trade clause to the Browns, sources tell me and Tom Pelissero. Yep, the Browns. Trade compensation still to be finalized with the Texans, but Watson has made his choice. He expects to go to Cleveland. So now we know what the actual terms of the trade were. So it took about 30 minutes for the actual everything to come out, which is probably why I was fine with waiting to see where I should, when I should make the video. I have no problem being a little late, going to lose a few views off the breaking news, but, the people who want to watch it are going to enjoy the video and enjoy the new news of Deshaun being a Brown. So, it's a kind of expensive amount of picks. It's 3 first-round picks, a fourth and a fifth. So, oh wait, no, hold on. I read that wrong. It's 3 first-round picks, a third-rounder, and a late-round pick swap. So the Browns will get a fourth-round pick, and the Texans will get the Browns' fifth-round pick, it sounds like. That's kind of what it sounds like, the way that the compensation is going to go. But let me see if it clears up a little bit, if there's any further information. Nope, okay. So basically, yeah, it's 3 firsts, a third, and a late-round pick swap of a fourth and a fifth. So the Browns walk away with a few less picks, so they don't really get to pick in the first for a few seasons. But the Texans get a number of picks. They can rebuild their team. They have some moves to make. They can trade around the draft. They now have some serious firepower heading into the 2022 NFL draft and 2023 and 2024. They now have 2 first-round picks in each of those rounds for a little while. So that's good for the Texans. They walk away. The situation exploded. It deteriorated. It is what it is. If you're a Texans fan, you have a new future with Davis Mills, and he looks to be promising. Now you have a plethora of picks to potentially build around this kid and put some talent around him and see what you can do. Rebuild and retool and get out there really quickly. This number of picks kind of gives you a quick way to do so. And when you're the Browns now, you avoid a nasty situation with Baker, as he is expected to be traded. I can't imagine that they will. They're going to trade him and move on from Baker. So Baker will actually get his trade, and he will be moved to the. He'll be moved on probably to the Colts. He let them know he'd like to go to the Colts, but we'll kind of see what happens with that. Where's the contract? There it is. This is the contract. Deshaun Watson gets a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. That is $80 million more than the previous record for fully guaranteed money at signing, $150 million. This deal was negotiated by David. I can't say that name. I'm sorry. By his agent. So good for him. Good for Deshaun. He walks away with quite the bag at 5-year, $230 fully guaranteed. So that's probably a big reason why he wanted to go to the Browns in the long run. They're a pretty good team. They're pretty close. They don't need a ton of work to get back to being like a prominently good team, playoff contending team, maybe even, Super Bowl. I don't know. We'll see when we get to that point. But this clearly puts the Browns back up on competition. They'll be able to compete with the Bengals and the Ravens for the division crown. They'll be able to compete with the larger AFC that's gotten better and better and better and better. So now the Browns are kind of entering the arms race and getting themselves tooled up. You'd have to imagine they might be looking at adding another receiver in if they can afford to do so, but That's a big old contract for Deshaun. So well earned, well deserved, and he's a great player. So the Browns walk away with one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Baker's going to be traded, and now the Deshaun Watson saga is officially over. We can move on from it. We can start focusing on other things with Deshaun, like is he going to do well with Cleveland? How are the Browns and the Texans going to look? We can finally move on and get past the Deshaun Watson era in the saga. So that's always nice. He gets his contract. He gets a new team. The Texans get all their picks. Baker's going to get a new team. It seems like everybody's walking away the winner of this situation. It doesn't feel like there's an actual loser. It doesn't feel like anybody overpaid, underpaid. It doesn't feel like anyone's getting screwed out of something kind of like unfairly. So this feels like a pretty mutual thing. Everything feels perfect with it, it seemed like he was going to be a Brown at first, then he didn't want to be, then they offered him a bunch of money, and now he's a Brown, and Baker's still going to get traded like he wants, and it seems like there's very few things. Like the Browns get what they want, Texans get what they want. Sure, they'd probably have liked to ultimately keep Deshaun somehow, but it just wasn't going to work that way. So they get all these picks, and they get to build around Davis Mills. The Browns get Deshaun, their quarterback that they want. The guy that they've been looking to replace is going to get traded out to probably Indy. Hey, this sounds like a perfect ending to what was a very messy drama that started last season and continued into this season, or into this offseason, and, well, it's finally over. So, all right, what do you think? Do you think this was ultimately the best move? Do you think this was, good for everybody involved? Everybody gets a fresh start. All the teams get essentially what they want. I mean, the Falcons are the ultimate losers here. I mean, they had this in the bag, it looked like, and then they blew a 28-3 lead with Deshaun Watson and lost him. That's the funniest part, is how bad those Falcons have lost this again. It's all they do. They only know L's. They're the Falcons for a reason, and hilarious. Sorry to New Orleans. Go get Jameis Winston back. He seems like he's ready to go. So the only losers are the Falcons and the Saints and the Panthers, it would appear. So really, with the Falcons and Saints being the only real losers, the Panthers took themselves out. So all right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, though. I appreciate it very much. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Both those things kind of help the video get out and get seen by more people. Also, consider, leaving your thoughts down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. I'm sure people have a lot to say about the move by Watson. Outside of that, that's pretty much it for this evening. So thank you so much for listening to this video. More NFL content is on the way as I see fit. Again, it's been kind of a slow news day. Not a whole lot to discuss, so it is what it is, but it is Friday, so I mean, we were already through the good parts of free agency. Now we're in like the slow trickle in news part. So it is what it is. But hey, that's a big move. This saga's coming to a close. Everything's finally wrapping up quite nicely with this drama. Now we just have to wait and see what happens with Deshaun. Is he going to be suspended at all? Is he going to face any kind of actual repercussions with the civil case? Does he beat all those and nothing ever happens of this? Or make sure you leave your full thoughts. Again, try to be as respectful as you can about the situation with Deshaun, with all the allegations against him. Those are, it's all up in the air and blah, 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 blah. But all right, I'm taking too long, so I'm going to get out of here. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, go Patriots. Watson to the Brown for 3 firsts, a third, and a late round pick swap. And then he signs a 5-year, $230 million contract, $80 million higher than the last contract that was fully guaranteed. What a day. What a crazy moment. And, of course, the NFL can just dwarf all news with just one thing like this. And here it goes again. Peace out. Go Patriots. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.